What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be showing you guys how to set up scenes and sources within OBS in 2025. We've come a long way. There's a really easy ways to do this, and OBS has a ton of features now. So if you're looking at how to set up your scenes and your sources and kind of just trying to figure out what all these sources even are, this is the video for you. But before we dive in, if you're looking for some new graphics, maybe logos, banners, panels, emotes for your streams, let's give a shout out and thank you to our sponsor for today's video, Own.tv. Owned.tv is your one-stop shop for fresh new graphics for your stream. Whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick, you'll find something that's a perfect fit for your channel. They offer full themed overlay packages, which are great if you're trying to give your stream a complete makeover, but let's say you're looking to pick up some new alert graphics, don't worry, because they've got you covered there too. You could find single graphics such as alerts, emotes, banners, panels, and logos as well. And one of the best parts about these overlays is that they are completely modular. So if you and your friends all pick up the same overlay, such as this Rodan one right here, you could change the colors and tweak it to match your brand, and none of you will have the exact same overlay. If you're looking to take your stream to the next level, be sure to check out Own.tv using my link below to support the channel. And don't forget, use code HAMMER at checkout for an additional 50% off your order. Now, back to the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here, guys, is open up OBS. I have OBS open. You can see I have a ton of sources and a ton of scenes here. I'm going to create a new scene. You guys are not going to see me for a few seconds here until I add the camera to the scene. So give me 1 second. We're going to create a new scene. We're going to name this Test Scene 1. Okay. And now we should have a black screen. I'm still here. You can't see me because I didn't add any sources to this scene yet. So I'm going to add my camera. Boop. There's my camera. And we're going to make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to add a display capture so you guys can see the screen. There we go. Drag it under my camera, and I'm gonna leave that like that. Okay, so move my camera up a bit like that. All right, so what I just did here is you see this new scene, test scene. I hit that plus sign, and you can create a new scene right there. Then within your scene are sources. I just added my camera as a source and my display as a source so you guys can see my screen. Now, the way this works is it's layered, right? So if I were to take my display capture, watch my mouse, and drag it above my camera, it hides my camera. My camera is still here. I'm still dragging it around, but that display capture is above my camera, so you can't see it. Now watch what happens when I take my camera and drag it above the display capture. My camera is now visible. So always remember that within this sources section, everything works as a layer. Anything that's on top of something else will always cover what is under it. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's move on. Now, in here is where you do everything. The sources are what are compiled together to create your scene within OBS. Does that make sense? So we're gonna hit that plus sign, and these are all different sources we can add to OBS, right? If we wanted to add maybe some text on our scene, right, that says like, stream is starting soon. We hit that, hit OK, type that message in here, stream is starting soon. You know, you can select your font. You can pretty much do whatever you want here. This is just a text source. We hit OK, and now you can see that that was added to our scene, and it's on top. Now, if I drag that under display capture, guess what? We can't see it. It's still there. I'm still moving it around, but it's under our entire display capture, so you can't see it. So if we move it above the display capture, there it is. And now you could see that it's above the display capture, but under my camera. So if we were to move it near my camera, you see how it goes behind my camera? Just showing you guys how those layers work right there. So that's how you would add a text source to your scene. Right now, let's delete that. We just hit remove, boom. Now, other sources that we would be wanting to add to our scenes would be maybe an image, right? If you want to add an image. So let's just add an image to our scene. It's going to give you this little box, and you're going to hit browse. Okay, so for the purposes of this video, I selected my little Steve with his pickaxe here, and you can add this picture to your scene. You can drag him wherever you want. Maybe we can drag him, you know, over our camera. If you right click on it, you get a bunch of transform options. You know, I could completely flip him upside down if I wanted to. You could do pretty much anything you want, and move him around. And then if you were to, let's say you get him to a position, let's say we want Steve right here, and you want to make sure you never accidentally move him, you'd come down here and you'd hit the lock. That allows us to not click on any of this stuff. We can drag around, we can move, we can do whatever. If these sources within our scene are locked, we can no longer move them. So next, let's add something else to our scene. You can even add a video to your scene if you wanted to, like a video that's playing. So we could hit media source. That's how you would add a video. That's also another thing you guys can do is these little eyeballs next to your sources. If you just click them, boom, it'll hide that, right? Eyeballs has a slash through it, means it's hidden. Once the eyeball is full, your source is fully visible. Now, other sources we can be adding, right? Video capture device. This is going to be your camera. So I can add, I have a webcam also plugged in right here. So I already added that. It's under add existing InstaLink webcam. So you would hit create new, and then you would select your webcam. So I'll select my webcam here, and there it is. Whoa, hello, we're down here. There we go. So this is my Insta360 Link webcam. So now I have two cameras within this scene. It's just a source that I'm adding to the scene. So that's how you would add a camera. It would be a video capture device. Now let's remove this so that I don't confuse everybody. What else can we add here? We can add an image slideshow. Game capture would be what you use if you're streaming games or anything like that, right? You can basically hit game capture. I just named mine game because it will pick up every single game. Let's just do a new one just so you guys can see. We'll just name it game capture, hit OK. And you could set it to capture any full screen application. You can get it to capture a specific game only. I suggest keeping it to capture any full screen application because any full screen game that you're playing, whether it's borderless full screen or actually full screened, this will pick it up. So you add that, right? We add our game capture, and then you're going to want to make sure your game capture is under your camera, right? That's one thing you got to make sure, because when you add that game capture, it's now going to be above everything else. All you're going to see is your game. Make sure you drag that under your camera and any images or anything that you want playing over that gaming footage on your stream. So let's delete that and check out some more sources. Now we can add a display capture, which is what I'm using right here. This is just capturing my entire display. You can capture specific windows. You can capture a specific monitor. If you have multiple monitors, that would be a display capture. You can capture, like I showed you before, images. And basically the next most important one that I want to show you guys is going to be a browser source, right? This is important. This is how you're going to set up your alerts and things like that from Streamlabs or Stream Elements, right? So just for the hell of it, we're going to create one that's called Stream Alerts Test. Hit OK. So it's going to give you this window. You're going to see this window here. It's going to put this on your scene. This is what the default window looks like. This is where you're then going to go to Streamlabs dashboard or Stream Elements, wherever your alerts are coming from, and get that URL. So let's do that. Okay, so as you guys can see here, I opened up Streamlabs. I'm under I'm in my dashboard. You're going to go to Alert Box. You're going to go to my Twitch. I have it set to follows right now. Let's do a preview. So that's what's supposed to play. So what you're going to do is come up here, click to copy widget URL. We're going to click that. We're going to click copy and then close that out. You're going to paste that in this URL box that you got with your browser source. You're going to click paste it right in there. It's going to go. It's a huge code. You're going to hit OK, right? So now if we went back to Streamlabs, we can run a test follow and you guys will be able to see it pop up. Go to alert box. We're going to send a test follow. Boom. There we go. Kevin has followed. So now that's where your alerts are. You could drag that around, lock it to any position wherever you want it. So let's delete that. And the last thing I want to show you guys about setting up scenes and sources is the fact that you can click this plus sign and create a group, right? A group is basically just a folder. So let's say we want to name this camera and Steve image. We want to put the camera and Steve in one group. So we're going to unlock them. This is our folder that we created, as you can see here. I'll move it down a little bit. We're going to put our image in there and we're going to put our camera in there. So now if we hit this drop down, you can see we could hide them. They're still active, but they're inside that folder. So you can kind of organize your sources in a better way within your scenes. And then let's say we have that in a spot that we want. We just lock that entire folder and we can't move either one of them, even if they specifically are unlocked, because they're in that folder. So that's it. Those are the basics of setting up scenes and sources within OBS. We can go into a lot more detail, but this video is basically just wanted to get you guys on your feet with setting up a scene and a source. You can create multiple scenes on the left-hand side. You can have one with your camera full screen like this, one with your camera small with gameplay. You can, the sky is the limit. OBS is a great piece of software and you can pretty much do anything that you want. So if this video helped you out in any way, hit that like button. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next next time I post a video. And jump over to my Twitch, twitch.tv/hammerdance. We stream Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. There's a link in the description below. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much. I want you to keep those hammers up, and I'll see you next time.